everyone, I'm Lanice.
And I'm Mark, and you're watching Living Well, Uintah Basin, where success is defined by you.
This week on Beyond the Couch, we travel out to Duchesne to get an inside look at the new fitness facility that has a lot more than it would be expected.
And on Dish by Dish, George Burnett comes in and makes a tasty and healthy breakfast that you and your kids will just love.
On Your Way, we talked to the Uintah drill team who had amazing success at Nationals.
Well, we've got a great show for you. Should we get after it, Lanice?
Let's do it.
Living Well, Uintah Basin, presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Also made possible by Warriors Warehouse and Uintah Recreation District. Living Well, Beyond the Couch.
I'm Jerry Cowan, this is Justin Parker, and we met a couple years ago, and we were both in the working out, and we kind of got together and talked about putting a gym in town here. We knew Duchesne was kind of a growing community, and both of us really are into training, and it's kind of our passion, lifting weights and watching other people work hard, and so we kind of got to talking, and I guess 6 months ago we finally finished up, but it's been a 2-year process to get to this point.
For our aerobics room, we have a system that only one other gym in the state has, and it offers about 36 different workouts in there. That this way we don't have to have a trainer down here at certain times. People can come in and use the room anytime during the day and pretty much do any workout they want to. We also have a women's room here that has a few different things in there, so they can kind of get in their own rhythm and kind of get away from everybody. And
we're both certified trainers, and we're trying to do a little bit of that too, but 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. it's open. A member can come swipe their card. Everything's run off cameras, so there's very rarely there's an employee here, but that's kind of been a bonus for people that have schedules that they work long hours. They can come in earlier, they can come in real late, so that's been an advantage for us.
The community's been very, very supportive. We've got more support than we could have imagined when we first started this off. And it's actually pretty cool to see the differences in people when they come down here. And
yeah, like you said, there's been 6 months. There's a handful of people that have made drastic changes. I can think of a lady comes in and she's dropped several. Every time she sees us, she says she's down another pant size, and that's the kind of stuff that makes it exciting.
We started a class. It's an aerobics class / weight training. Pretty much it's a full body workout. We do it 3 days a week, and we've got 18 people in there right now, and it's a 6-week course.
Just one of the things we're trying to help promote, staying active, and there's other things to do, things that maybe you're not comfortable with, but I think once they've all tried it, we got them doing power hang cleans and hang snatches and power cleans, things that Olympic lifts that they would never imagine doing, that they probably would never do unless they pretty much had to do it. So it's been kind of fun, and they've had a great attitude, and we've had people that you would not expect to see here. I think it's been it's a social atmosphere too, as far as getting together with friends and 2 or 3 partners and pushing each other, and that's kind of what this town's about. It's a great town, and people are hardworking, but at the same time they like to be supportive of businesses and just friendly, and we couldn't ask for anything more.
When you have a medical emergency, you need the help of trained professionals and the necessary medical technology to diagnose and treat as quickly as possible. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, we have the physicians, nursing staff, support staff, and technology to provide that help. You can trust our team of caring professionals to treat you with the care and concern that you deserve. We give our best every day for the people of the Basin because this is our hospital and our community.
Warriors Warehouse has the preventative and natural products you need to improve your overall health. Nutritional supplements for maximum performance? We've got that too. And if you're looking for the best variety of gluten-free food, the search is over. We also cater to the needs of our customers by providing individualized diet and supplement plans, skincare, and friendly professional service. We have the education and experience to answer your questions and give you first-class assistance, backed by our pharmacy-certified Dr. Lewis. Let us show you why we're your #1 source for health products.
Living well, dish by dish.
I'm really excited for today's episode of Dish by Dish. I've got George Burnett here with me today. George, I came into your smoothie place the other day and you were making a breakfast for your A-team members.
Yes.
And you had me try it and you hooked me. It was delicious.
Well, I was making a waffle breakfast, and I think you did like that waffle breakfast. And I think you also saw that all the kids were gathered around and they were loving the waffles, and I think that's maybe what caught your attention as well. But then you tried it and you're like, hey, this is really good. Would you come and show it? So that's why we're here today. Show off this recipe. A kamut grain waffle recipe.
Okay.
So kamut grain, we're going to talk more about that, but it's an organic grain. It tastes wonderful, and grains are good. You know, there's a lot of talk that grains are bad, but if you make them fresh ground whole grain, they're awesome. They're really good for us. They're really good for our families. Really good for health and wellness. So kamut grain waffles today. So let's put it together, okay?
We'll and I was going to tell you too, just speaking of the grain, I came home and researched it, and you're right, this is a great grain.
It's an awesome grain, easier on the belly to digest. So people that have wheat sensitivities, listen up. This one is, most people that have wheat sensitivities, and a lot of people do, can have kamut grains like this. So people that have celiac sprue can't, because they're completely gluten intolerant. But this one, wheat sensitivities, this is a great one. Fast, easy recipe. Let's show it here. Okay, so we're gonna start with some really healthy ingredients. And we're gonna start with fresh eggs, so some natural grain, like free-roaming, from free-roaming chickens. You can get eggs from a lot of neighbors around here, right? Buy a couple dozen eggs from neighbors and support them. So, or you can get some organic eggs a lot of times even at the grocery stores, okay? So 4 eggs. So here's the recipe. It's gonna be shown on, I think, the Strata website.
We're gonna go ahead and make sure that you guys get a copy of this as well.
So we're gonna take and beat up 4 eggs. And if you have beaters, you can beat this, or you can do it by hand, or you can use, I use a Bosch as well and whip it really good, okay?
So you really want to whip it.
I think that gives us a lighter, fluffier waffle.
Okay.
So we're gonna take 4 of those eggs there, okay?
All right.
Then we're gonna take, and we want 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now coconut oil, that is one thing you do need to do, is coconut oil, here's organic coconut oil that I use down there at I Love Drilling, at the juice bar and all. And so we'll take 3 tablespoons. We did need to warm that up because it's stiff in there.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It comes really thick. So you just heated that on the stove top in the saucepan, and voila, we're ready to go.
So now local honey. So let's put in 3 tablespoons of honey. So again, we had 4 eggs as we start, 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. Okay. And then we have 3 tablespoons of honey. If you put your oil in your tablespoon first, it'll generally slide pretty much right out, okay?
Okay.
All right, I didn't pre-measure this. I think it's best just to show you really from start to finish, kind of from scratch as possible. And then we're going to take some flour over here, so as we put this in here. And there's our 3 tablespoons of honey. Okay, local honey.
I was gonna say, we were talking about that before. There's Yaks that we know of for sure, but there may be other local honey places, but that's a great place to get your local honey.
Sure, Okay, we'll stir that together. Okay, so flour. So here's our kamut grain. Now let's zoom in on this one, and you can see that this kamut is about almost twice the size of regular wheat, always grown organic. And it is so non-GMO, organic, and again, so much healthier, as well as I think it's got a better flavor too. Okay.
Well, now, I liked what I read about it, so.
So we ground some here. This is our wheat grinder. I think it's best to make. This is what I teach in my health classes. Make it fresh ground whole grain, or skip the whole category of grains in the diet. Make it fresh ground whole grain, or pretty well drop the whole category of grains. You'll be healthier, okay? So make it fresh ground. Now I know we're gonna talk a little about grinders and so forth, okay? So I ground some up a little just before the show. Let's pop this open. Let's show the flour, okay? Zoom into here.
So we started from the seed, and we've gone to this.
Okay.
In just seconds. I mean, that didn't take long at all in that grinder to do.
It's very fast, okay? I take and scoop it, and then we have 2 cups of kamut fresh ground flour. Okay. And then we have 1.5 cups of our unsweetened vanilla, I like vanilla, unsweetened almond milk. Okay. And then we're going to take a tablespoon of baking powder. I use a non-aluminum baking powder.
Yeah, you got to watch for that when you get that done.
Okay, level that off there. Sprinkle that into there. Okay. And or a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of, I use a Redmond real salt, okay?
I like that stuff.
Sprinkle that onto here, okay?
All right.
And then we're just gonna stir that up together, okay? And if you're using like a Bosch or you're using your beaters, then it's just gonna beat it up for us, okay?
Okay.
So let's see.
But you don't have, the nice thing is you don't have to have that. I mean, you can just use a whisk.
Just whisk it
Or a
together,
spoon,
okay?
probably.
Yep,
You don't even have
that
to
would work
whisk.
as well,
but-
okay? All right, our waffle iron is being heated here.
All right,
And
lift the lid up
look at it, it's
for
kind
you.
of nice and yellowed in color
Yeah.
because of the yolks in the eggs are yellow, okay? And also the grain color is a nice color on the kind of a yellowed color from the kamut grain, okay?
Ready to go?
And
I love these waffle makers. I have one that spins like this. I love it.
they're great.
It's the best Christmas
Don't have
present.
to, if it's a good waffle iron, then, and we have enough coconut oil in here that we didn't have to like
Oh, I was going to ask you because I didn't see you spray it, so
Okay.
no pre-spraying.
Okay, so that's going to be done in just a minute.
All right.
And then we could say, ask me if you have a couple questions.
I mean, one of the things I like is you've been doing this for a long time, so you're not just some guy off the street trying to tell us what's healthy and what's not. I mean, you even have some of your own cookbooks that you've put out.
From a long time ago.
I was looking. You look quite young there, George.
So here it is. This is 20 plus years ago. George Burnett, the bread man,
The
okay?
bread man.
I mean, everybody knows me in Vernal as the I Love Drilling guy, right? But here I am, the bread man, 20 plus years ago. And yeah, I wrote this book for healthy whole grain breads to go on bread machines. So I was the bread man on national television and spokesperson for the company. On the back, check this, I don't know if we zoom in, there's our 4 boys, my wife and I, Christy.
Yeah, and they're not this anymore.
No, they're grown up, and our daughter Katie, his birthday is today. She's 20 today. Our
well,
baby.
happy birthday,
Happy
Katie.
birthday, Katie. Right. Okay, so that's one of the books. Really, this is another one of the books, the Bread Man's Healthy Sandwich books. This is bread, soup, sandwiches, desserts. So these are things I teach in the A-Team cooking class. So I've got this group, as you mentioned, the A-Team. So I have a healthy cooking class that I teach. And then this is my mom's cookbook from many years ago. These are all the recipes I grew up on.
Yeah,
Fresh
I've seen
ground
that one.
whole grains, honey sweetened. We grew up on the country, gardens and healthy eating, and my parents, 84 years old, they've been eating this way, 0 prescriptions, no prescriptions, 84, health and wellness, that's the benefit of eating healthy. In your 80s, still being healthy, okay?
Well, I think,
Waffles just
more than
finishing.
anything right now, we live in such a chemically altered society. We need to be
definitely.
watching what we put
Here
into
we
our
go,
bodies.
he's zooming on this
All
right here.
let's go. You wanna-
It's hot enough, I'm just gonna peel that off right there.
Now let's get back to these waffles for a minute, George.
Okay.
Can we find this here in town? This flour or this wheat actually is it something we can find? I guess if not, we can.
Yes, yes and yes.
Okay, all
Yes,
right.
you can
Yeah,
find
you
it.
better answer that first question, huh?
So, and let's put some peanut butter on here,
all
okay?
right. I'm gonna spread.
some
I'm gonna let
peanut
you
butter
talk,
on.
and I'm gonna get this ready for
Put
me.
some peanut butter on, put some bananas on. The other morning we were doing sliced strawberries on there.
Yeah.
You also can do almond butter on here.
That's what I've got
I was
going is the
using
almond
real
butter.
maple syrup, okay? So I believe in like the real food, real
Yeah.
good stuff,
Yeah,
not the cheapy
the
junk,
pure-
okay? It's worth it to spend and invest in your health.
Sure.
And it'll pay big dividends if you just invest in your health. So
Sure.
real maple syrup or honey, local honey, peanut butter, almond butter, bananas, spread some bananas on there.
All
Here's some
right.
chia seeds as well. You could sprinkle
All
on
right.
that. Just dress it up, okay? Little chia seeds.
So while I'm dressing this up, you tell us about where we can find that.
Okay, so kamut, we have kamut down at my shop, or come down to I Love Drilling to the Juice and Smoothie Cafe. And we do some things there. We either buy it in the 50-pound bags, and we did this thing for the A-Team last year where they could buy 50-pound bags and get stocked up on whole grains. And then, yes, if you don't have a grinder, I say get a grinder. You really need one. I grew up in a family where we ground tons of wheat for my parents had 9 children, I'm in the middle. And we all grew up on healthy whole grain breads. Mom made whole grain breads for us. So, but if you can't find kamut, or you didn't want to come down there, you could still use your wheat in storage and fresh grind it. Find a neighbor that's got a grinder. You could also go and buy grain ground, but it's not as good as fresh ground, okay?
Sure.
And so you can also, as you said, you can also find on the internet, you can also find kamut is in the flour form, and order it in, okay? But if you want it local, come in and talk to me down at I Love Drilling, and we'll work on ways to get you some kamut whole grains, grind it, or link you up with neighbors that can grind it for you, okay?
Perfect.
So that's one of the ways
And
about
this
the
is good.
Isn't this
Yeah,
good?
this is good.
And kids love them. I mean, some kids love these things just by themselves.
Yeah.
So you can make these up. I'm eating some from that breakfast that I just made up a few extras, and this batch will make 5 waffles,
Oh, wow.
okay? So this little batch we
So
just did,
it'll
okay?
go ways.
And then make them all up, or double or triple this batch. If you've got a family, triple the batch, make up a bunch of the waffles, and then throw them in Ziploc baggies so you can actually put them in the freezer, take them out. I toasted one today. One today, put some almond butter on it. I just had almond butter, I didn't put any honey on it. They are good by themselves.
Yeah.
You can make sandwiches out of these. You could actually, put that in a lunch. So very versatile, very fast, really super healthy.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about, people get away from healthy foods because it's like, oh gosh, it's tough. I don't know how. Well, I'll teach you. Come down there. Or it takes too long. This one, we just did it. Boom, and it's done.
That was simple. Great. We really appreciate you coming.
Denise, good
And
being with you.
hopefully we're going to have you on here some more, showing us some other recipes, because we really appreciate your wealth of knowledge.
Well, you're welcome.
And make it. I promise you, this is something. I love it. The kids are going to eat it. So get you some and get it made. Thanks again, George.
Thanks, Lindy's. Okay.
Living Well Health and Wellness Tip brought to you by Warriors Warehouse.
Beta-alanine is an amino acid that's used to synthesize carnosine in the muscle. Carnosine acts as a buffer to lactic acid, which causes muscle fatigue.
Studies have shown that supplementing with beta-alanine 3 to 6 grams per day can increase your carnosine levels by up to 80% at 10 weeks and 60% at 4 weeks.
Come see us at Warriors Warehouse, 1060 West, Market Drive, Suite 1, right behind Smith's and McDonald's.
Living well, your way.
Rob and I was with you this time last year actually. We were talking about the fact that you guys were state champions. This year we have a whole lot more to brag about. You guys are national champions. Tell us just a little bit about this whole year, the experience, the team, just everything that got you to this point.
The whole year has been amazing. We've had, we had 31 girls, and we have 14 sophomores, 7 juniors, and 10 seniors. And they have been just a great group of girls to work for. I couldn't be happier for them. All of them deserve all the accolades that they have received this year. So it's been an awesome year.
One of the things that you talked about is that they set some pretty high goals to get to where they got. And we're going to talk a little bit with those girls. If you don't mind, I'm going to actually interview each one of those individually about those goals. But one of the things that you said to me was they were a little bit high, or at least you felt like they were high.
And I love to aim high. I think that's a lot of us, we don't aim high enough. So, but once you set it out there and you write it down and it's for the world to see, then the work has to go into it. And so that's the part that I always have to swallow a little bit and gear up, because they set some really, really high goals, which is fantastic. If you don't aim for them, you're never going to hit them. So that's what we did.
Now, this was your first year going to nationals. You guys have never gone before, and why is that? Why this year?
I think we had the parents' support this year behind us. We had girls with a lot of experience that I haven't had in the past. Like I had girls that had been on. I had 5 third-year girls, and that's amazing. And also we had some continuity, and I had great coaching staff I've had in the past as well, but I just had a lot of support there, and I felt like it just felt right, like this is the year to go try it. And you know, because usually you're done at state, but this year we went to Orlando and had an amazing result and a great time, and it was fantastic.
Well, and one of the things that you were telling me when we were talking a little bit beforehand was the girls, obviously, their hard work and their dedication got you to this point, but you were saying that the community was also a really big part of this.
Yeah, it's been amazing, the support. And then when we returned from nationals, to have even they got to ride on the fire truck, they got the grand entry into the city. The mayor, Sonia Norton, the newly elected mayor, she did May 7th, designated that as Uintah High Uintah Day. And so, I'm so happy that the community was that proud and could give them those kudos and the pats on the back, because it's a lot of time in a gym, and it's a lot of sacrifice and dedication, and so they really deserved it. And I was just happy that the community got so behind us. And at nationals, this was the cool thing. I didn't talk to you about this, but we had like 2/3 of our team parents and family that came down and flew to Orlando. And so we had a huge following there, and that made such an amazing difference. And the judges really, obviously, they loved our stuff. I mean, stuff's just a little bit unique and stood out among some really great competitions. So it was just super fun.
That's great. Well, I'm really excited to go and talk to some of those seniors. I want to talk to them about the goals that they've set. So I'm going to go grab those, and we'll come back to you in just a little bit.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Robin.
Uintah High School Uets joined the ranks on March 1st, 2014 of Reserve National Drill Team Champions. And we have prepared in this packet a proclamation from the city that declares March 7th, 2014 Uintah High School Uets Day.
I have Maddie Law with me. She's a third year this year. And Maddie, one of the goals that you guys set that was a pretty incredible goal was to make grades.
Yes.
Tell, for those viewers out there, what is making the grade? What is that level of grade that you guys have to keep?
Well, a standard grade level for normal high school sports is a 2.0, but we go, for the Uets, we have a 2.5, so that requires every girl, all 31 girls that we had on the team this year, to make at least a 2.5 grade point averages with no Fs.
So but the average for like sports is a 2.0. So you guys even raised that bar for a drill team, and I think you said cheerleading was the same as a 2.5. That's pretty incredible, because I mean, it can't be easy getting grades as much time as you guys spend here. How did you do that? How did you keep those grades?
It definitely requires the responsibility of every girl, not only going home and doing their drill team homework and going over counts, but doing their school homework at the same time. And so it's a lot of dedication, and it's really a lot of hard work. And there's a lot of, since we practice after school, and that's when most teachers do their help with their help sessions after school. And so we'd be at practice most of the time, so it required a lot of early mornings too, and we weren't practicing, girls going in and getting help with their grades then.
Well, I think it's incredible, and I think that the thing that everybody out there needs to know is it can be done. These girls did it, so it can be done. That's awesome. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I'm with JD Haslam, who is also a third year. You're also a senior this year, correct? Last year.
Yes.
So another one, we've been talking about some of the goals that you guys set, and another one of the goals that you guys set was to sweep state. Tell us, what does that entail?
That means that in all three categories you have to take a first place, which is extremely hard. There's a lot of really amazing teams, and it's really close every single year. So to have that as a goal and to pull that off is a really outstanding thing.
And what are the categories for those that may not know what the categories are?
The first category is military, and then your second category is dance, and your third category is character.
Okay. And this was not your first year sweeping state. Did you guys swept it last year as well, correct?
We did sweep last year.
The whole town is just so proud of you girls and everything that you guys have accomplished this year, so great job.
Well, thank you.
I I have Savannah Anderson with me. And Savannah, this was actually your first year on drill team.
It was, yes.
And you came from basketball. Are you still doing basketball, or did you just do
no,
drill team
I
this
just
year?
did drill team this year.
Okay, well, what an incredible year to join the drill team. So this is probably the best goal of all. You guys set to take the top 5 at nationals.
Yes.
Not only did you take top 5, but you exceeded that goal, and you guys are actually national champions.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So this is the Reserve Grand National Champion Trophy, and then this is for the dance champion first place. We got 11 of these for every category and classification that we entered. We entered with 6 different routines. We had military, dance, jazz, prop, novelty, contemporary, and hip hop. And we took first place in 5 and then second in 1 of them.
Wow.
So yeah, and then we took first place in all 6 classifications overall.
So that had to be a pretty incredible feeling. I mean, nationals, that's not anything small to talk about.
Yeah, it was really cool. We weren't expecting it, so it was awesome to go into it and then come out on top.
Cool. Well, I know that, I mean, I don't even have a daughter your age or anything like that, but I know that I was one of the community members I was staying tuned via Facebook, and I was so excited when I saw that feed that you guys had taken nationals. Just what an incredible accomplishment. Again, congratulations, you guys. We can't say enough about how awesome you guys are.
Thank you.
Elise, we've been talking to the girls about the team goals that you guys have set, but in addition to that, you guys set personal goals as well. And I want you to tell us about one of the goals that you set this year.
One of my personal goals was to place in the top 3 at every single drill down competition this year.
And that's a pretty tough thing to do. For those that don't know what a drill down is, you compete against how many girls?
There are about 400 girls on the floor. Well, at state anyways, there are about that many.
And so she was the last one standing out of 400 girls. That's pretty incredible. And not just once, but every drill down that you did this year.
Yes.
That's cool. Now, you are a senior this year. It was your 3rd year. It's time to say goodbye to high school in about a month. That's a crazy thing for you girls. Where are you going beyond high school with dancing? I mean, surely it doesn't end here for you.
I am going to be trying out for a college team along with there are about 3 other girls on my team who are going to be trying out, and we're just really excited to see what happens next. We're just going to try it and see what happens.
Well, obviously you guys have shown that you've got what it takes. And so good luck to you guys. I really hope that the future holds something great for you with dancing, because you guys deserve it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for talking with us today. Well, Robin, those girls were really fun to talk with, and what a great accomplishment for all of you guys. So what would you tell those girls that are out there watching right now that they need to start doing to prepare to be one of those drill team girls?
Well, if they want to be in drill team or any activity extracurricular really at Uintah High School, they need to, number 1, make school a priority, because this is extracurricular, so they need education comes first for our program as well as a lot of the programs here at the school. So that needs to be top thing, and then they need to get in really good shape. I mean, any athlete needs to be in great shape. And for our program, they need to take a ton of ballet, because that is the basis and the foundation of all the dance genres. So I would say get into ballet and learn to ride a unicycle.
Yeah, get your balance going. And well, great. Well, again, congratulations to you and your whole team, and what an incredible accomplishment. And again, thank you to the community that supported the Uets during their year, actually all these years, but especially this year. I know that they really feel they couldn't have done it without you guys. So again, thank you. So thanks again, Robin.
Thank you.
So you guys had a lot of hard work. You guys took nationals, and then what? What happened?
We went to Disney World!
It was great having you here with us today. And remember, if you have an idea for an upcoming episode, we'd love to hear from you. Contact us here at VTV Channel 6.
Until next time, live well and stay healthy, Uintah Basin.